Hey everybody, this is Andrew with the We Are Rising podcast. I got a very special guest with us. With us, we have Toby Misech, who will be taking on Kyohei Hagiwara at Rizin 50, March 29th. You can watch the show on Rizin.tv. Hopefully, they'll make that announcement official soon. But Toby, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Aloha, as you would say in Hawaii,
Yeah,
Hawaiian, excuse me. So I gotta ask, are you Hawaii by are you Hawaiian like by background?
yeah.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha,
born and raised.
gotcha. So yeah, tell me, how did you get into MMA? It's interesting that Hawaii has a big MMA scene. So yeah, just tell me about how you got into this.
I started off playing basketball my whole life. I was basketball high school player. Was supposed to go to college. Didn't work out. I started hanging out with the wrong crew, so I didn't follow through. I was a very hot head in on the court, and my older brother, he's a black belt Kyokushin. So him and my I have two older brothers. Them two started, pushing me towards training since I've always wanted to fight on the court, and ever since that, I just stuck with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So yeah, you came. Let's see. I think you had your debut, or you started off around 2008, 2009, around that time.
I I think that's my pro. I fought amateur. I think around like 2007. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So
2006.
what was like the MMA scene in Hawaii at that time when you first started?
Back, I so my amateur record, I'm like 23-3 from amateur. Back in the day, we had it was crazy. We had shows every month. We had shows twice a month on all kind of different islands, and it it was good back then. Then all of a sudden, it just went downhill. Now we barely have. I mean, we have one or two here and there, but it was crazy back then. There was a lot of the fight scene was huge. I mean, it's still huge, but we don't get as much opportunities now in Hawaii.
I know you had Rumble on the Rock, which was quite a famous one. I guess PXC was is Hawaii adjacent, even though it was in Guam. But yeah,
But
what why did Hawaii lose? Why do you think they lost so much of this
I
MMA?
I believe it's the tax. I guess the commissions, they're asking for way too much money from events and too much regulations, too much rules. I guess that's going on. And after COVID, I guess I don't know, but from what I've been hearing, it's a lot to do with the commission. They're asking for a ridiculous amount of prices, and it's hard to compete with.
Gotcha. Oh, I see. Let's talk about your fight coming up against Kyohei Hagiwara, Rizin. It's is this your first time coming to Japan?
First time, yeah. I'm excited. My brother fought, Kyokushin in Japan, so I'm excited to come out there.
Gotcha. I understand you were supposed to have a fight before though in Pancras, I think a few years before that, but it just didn't pan out. Is that correct?
You know, I, I'm pretty sure I took a lot of fights and a lot didn't happen. I never say no to a fight. That's why I say yes to everybody, anybody.
Gotcha. So have you I'm curious to know, have you seen Hagiwara and how he fights or any of his fights, or have you done any research on him if you do that?
Honestly, I seen a quick highlight and then that was it. Um, Other than that, no. I just people put stuff in my ears, tell me what he likes to do, what he don't. I don't really like to watch. It makes you think too much and it shows you off your game. I rather just go in there, do my thing. So yeah, not much. Just a quick highlight, but that was it.
Gotcha. One of the things is that he's also a striker. Mainly, both you guys are well known for your striking. That you guys like to, I guess, swing and bang, as the
Yeah.
fans like to say. What do you think about a fighter like that? Are you happy that you're being paired up with another striker as opposed to somebody who might be a wrestler who can or a grappler? Is this a fight that you are kind of like happy to have in your Rising debut?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this fight, especially being in Japan. I know the fans, they win or lose, as long as you bring on a show and exciting fight, they love you, and I'm all about that. I'm all about that. I love exciting fights.
Hmm. So I'm curious to know. So did Rizin approach you for this fight? Or like what was the background on how you got this? Were you surprised that they reached out to you?
Yeah, actually, I was chilling, and one of my good friends, he called me up, and then they reached out to him if he had anybody, that's willing to pick a fight that's not gonna shoot this and that, strike. And he thought about me. He called me. He asked me if I wanted to fight. I said, "Yeah, I'm down."
Hmm.
And it was all good uphill from there.
Because I was thinking, because a few years ago, Rizin officials came to Hawaii, where they had like an open camp. I'm curious to know, did you know about that? Did you
I
go to
knew
that? Or...
I didn't go. I think I didn't do it at the time because I was with Bellator, so I didn't see a reason. I didn't see a reason to go and try out.
Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't.
Okay, gotcha. Because I was thinking that's maybe where you came from, but when I saw who they got, that your name wasn't mentioned there, so I was like, how did you two connect?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, no. I thought about it, but I didn't think it would. Since I was already signed with Bellator, I didn't think it would. I should have. But I also thinking they wanted me out there too because I fought Yusuke Yachi in PXC. So
mm,
and yeah,
yeah,
but
I gotta ask you about that fight. So I don't know if you know where Yachi went, like where his career went after, but yeah, can you tell us about that fight? It was, I mean, I saw a little bit of the highlight of the knockout. What can you tell us about that fight when it happened?
it was an exciting fight. I didn't realize how big he was until we faced off. I was like, oh, what? What's
He's
what?
much bigger now. I can tell you that. I don't know if
I
you've seen.
I see he's been with Rizin. I think he fought Bellator too. Um, I knew he was a striker. He was coming from he was training at Crazy Bees or some at the time, and it was an exciting fight. First round was a more like a feeling out process, and the second round I came hard, and I ended up catching him and knocking him out.
Hmm. Well, so I'm curious to know when Ryzen contacted you, were you like, oh wait, they're gonna probably were you like thinking, oh, they want me to rematch Yachi, or did they tell you right off the
Uh,
bat it was Hagiwara?
no, I didn't think about Yachi. I know he moved on. He's way bigger now. Yeah. So I it wasn't in my thought.
Okay, gotcha. I'm
Yeah.
curious, but if they did offer you a Yachi rematch, would you have taken it? Would you have been like, oh, or how would you have like reacted to that
One thing about
offer?
me. One thing about me. Is my problem. I don't ever say no. They ask me if I want to fight this guy. I'll always say, yeah, let's go. So
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure if they would have asked me, I would have said yes.
Gotcha. Speaking of, you mentioned Bellator, so yeah, I got to ask about your time in Bellator. Your fight with Edward Thomas, when I looked it up, has over like almost like 1 million views, maybe 2 million views, of like an absurd amount of views for I would say a fight that I don't know, like that I don't know that doesn't have commentary, that wasn't the main event or whatever. So why do you think that fight has so many views?
Um, I guess the blood. He's known. We're from different islands. He's known on like he was kind of big on his island. I was big on my island, and I'm thinking it's the blood. It was a bloody fight. I cut him up. The way I probably finished him. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, the whole commentary one. There's a video of with commentary, and then they took it off. So I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's two different videos.
Gotcha. Okay, because the one on the Bellator channel, no, there's no more. They took out the commentary for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
the
So there's two different ones. I don't know
oh,
why they did that, but I mean, I like watching it like that. But
mhm.
I think it's because of the blood, how bloody it was, and how it got finished.
Gotcha, gotcha. I know you had three. I think three fights for Bellator, I believe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fought Eduardo Dantes and then Eric Perez. I was supposed to fight two more times against one guy from Ireland, Brian Moore.
Mm-hmm.
The week off, he pulled out, and then I was supposed to fight again. I went up there 2 weeks before. I blew my knee. I still took the fight. Didn't make weight. The fight didn't happen, and that was the last.
Okay. Um, as you know, Bellator no longer with us anymore. I'm curious. What was your reaction when you heard that Bellator was getting was getting next?
That's crazy. yeah, it was unbelievable. But I heard from a while that they might get bought out. So yeah, I just it was crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, in fairness, it was the one major promotion that was coming to Hawaii for a while, and now
Yeah,
I think like you said, there's nobody now.
no, that's what we took a hit. Hawaii fighters, the fans, by not
Mhm.
them not being around and not going to be coming anymore. So
Mhm.
that was a definitely bummer.
Hmm. I gotta also ask about your bare knuckle career. What made you want to get into bare knuckle?
I just love to compete. I love to fight. So I did that because, like I said, I blew my knee. I had surgery on my knee, and I was recovering, and I wanted. I took a little layoff. I wanted to get back in, the competition and get the groove going again, and not have to worry about my knee the first fight. Bare Knuckle reached out to me if I wanted to take a fight. I said, "Oh, this is perfect because I don't have to worry about leg kicks." So, and bare knuckle was like a normal thing in Hawaii. We go down to the beach, we scrap. So that's kind of why I took it. It was something exciting, and it was actually a new thing in the sport. So I wanted to
Hmm.
get involved.
Hmm. Do you see? Oh, I know you're with the other not what's the competitor? I forgot their name.
BYD.
BYB. I know you're with them, but B for Bare Knuckle FC. I don't know if you saw their recent show from Philadelphia with Eddie Alvarez and
Yeah, yeah.
in the main event. But where do you think Bare Knuckle seems to be on its way to probably being number two promotion in the United States? How do you feel about that? It could be that it looks like Bare Knuckle is at that
Eh,
level.
I wouldn't blame it. I mean, it's excitement. The fans love it. I heard the paying is good.
Hmm.
Um, I love it. It's just the only downfall I think is just the recovery time. Your hands get swollen. You can't, fight 2 weeks later. But it's exciting, man. It's good. It's fun to watch, and it's barely a boring fight. A lot of
Hmm.
knockouts.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah,
And so let's just go back to your fight for Rizin. I know you're coming into this with a losing streak. So is
yeah.
Kyohei. How do you see? Is it when you are going to a fight with a losing streak? Does that make you more, I guess, hungrier than if you're going on a winning streak? I don't know if you can explain that or how you feel and how that makes you feel going to the
I
fight.
guess both. I mean, when you're in a winning streak, you're gonna be hungry not to lose that winning streak. When you're losing streak, you're gonna hungry to get that win back. And I want. It's time for me to get back in the winning, man. I had an up and down. The last four fights was very up and down for me. Last minute fights, going into fights, injuries. Like I said, I don't say no to fights, so I just take it. But yeah, man, I need this win. I really do.
Because I was gonna say because you mentioned your knee, and I was wondering if maybe that could have been. Listen, knee injuries. Some fighters never, they never fight or let everyone recover from it. So I'll just gonna question if you think that may have been the
You
reason
know,
why.
I can't say it is because in my mind, I don't feel it affecting me. I don't know if it is or not, but to me, I don't see it being a problem. But ever since the knee injury, I've been on a kind of bad skid. But I just feel like I always say yeah to fight, so I take the toughest fights there is, and I just fall short every time.
Mm. So with this fight, how do you see this fight going in your favor?
Hopefully, my speed can you know play a big factor in this and catch him, and hopefully put him down before anything else happens.
Mm. Mm. Have you ever fought in a ring before?
Boxing and BYB is a ring, but a triangle.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
oh, and you know what? My first amateur fight was in a ring.
Oh, okay. Because
So, but
I was gonna say if this because yeah I was gonna guess that most of your MMA had to have been in a cage. So does the ring? How do you feel about fighting in a ring for this one?
interesting. I never really, in the beginning of my career, I fought in the ring for my first, and in boxing, but I never really thought about the difference. And now that I've been, fighting in a cage, training in a cage, now it's, I'm interests me. So I've actually, we usually can't train in a cage, but I haven't been training in a cage just so I don't get used to the cage. I feel like it'll somewhat benefit strikers because there's no cage to get pinned on and get taken down, but at the same time you can't use it to get up. So, so yeah, just gonna have to keep it in the middle and not even get to the ropes.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you've watched any of the Rizin fights in a ring, but if you go near the ring, they push you back in, all that stuff. They might if it's a grappling thing, they might reset you to the middle. So yeah, there are advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
Depending on what type of fighter you are. So actually, so the other thing is that will this be one of the biggest crowds you'll be possibly fighting? I think at least one of them. I think.
One of them. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I'm not. Do you know what the arena size is?
About 8,000. About 8,000. It's a new arena as well. That's the other thing. This is the first event at this arena in Kagawa.
I fought main event on a sold out in here. I fought in Connecticut. I'm just not too sure what their crowd was, but I must say, yeah, it should be.
Does a bigger crowd or a smaller crowd, does that have any effect on you, or are you able to just shut that out?
I'm able to shut it down. I fought in big crowds, small crowds, and I don't think it really affected me as much.
Gotcha. I don't know what you can say about your contract status, Rizin, but is this just a one-time fight, or do they want to use you again later this year? Or
I think it's a one fight, and I guess they'll see how I do. Coming from Hawaii, not a lot of shows want to fly us fighters out, so we got to make sure we're worth it.
Gotcha. So is it correct that you train out of BJ Penn's gym?
Yeah, and it not was a UFC gym now, Hilo, but
okay, gotcha. Have you had any interactions with have you ever been taught by him directly, or have you ever had
I have in the past when he was still fighting, he'll come in the gym, show some moves here and there, or train with us, get in some training. I was actually one of his training partners and sparring partners when he fought Dennis Seaver.
Oh wow, okay, that's going back. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like to just hear from somebody, like just hear like his training advice and all that? Like what is a BJ Penn coach? What is he like as a coach?
He's good. He's real. When he's in there in the gym teaching, when he's showing us moves, he's real passionate about it. So that was pretty motivational and inspiring. How motivated he was to teach us when he was in the gym.
One thing I do worry about, or I was thinking about, was that as a jiu-jitsu guy, though, like I don't know if like he would try to show you guys some move that requires like absurd flexibility and nobody can do it because they can't put their hands behind their legs or something like that. Would he try to teach you guys that? And
I think he knew a lot of us wasn't as flexible, so he would stay away from flexible moves.
Okay,
Yeah.
You said that you want to get back into the winning column. It's clear that you're still active as a fighter. How long do you see yourself, continuing in this field?
I told myself I still feel like I'm young. I act like I'm young. I told myself, once, I've been on a losing skid, but if you go watch, there was one fight I was not supposed to lose. I lost by decision in Hawaii against non-Hawaii fighter. I don't know how I lost, but they gave it to him. So I actually shouldn't have 4 in a row. But if you watch all the fights that I did lose, I was winning. I was actually beating them up. Then something happened. I got caught. So I told myself, when I start, going in there and just getting beat up from bell to bell, like badly, then I feel like that would be a pretty much call it already. That's how I see it, actually. you know.
Mm. Do you
I,
are you? Oh, so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just feel like right now I still can compete with the top guys. It's just something happening right now that I get caught and I end up losing. So
Mm.
yeah.
Do you see yourself? Oh, I don't know if you're coaching now. Are you coaching as well, or are you
Uh,
involved in?
I not really. I help out with striking. You know, I hold mitts for some of the fighters here and there, but as yeah, I do what I can when I can.
Mm. Would you do you see yourself ever becoming like a full like a coach full time when you're ready to hang it up?
Yeah, I can see myself being like a boxing coach or something, helping out. Yeah, I would be
Mm.
down for that.
Mm. So I mean, where do you see? Where do you see the Hawaii? Where do you see Hawaiians in MMA? I'll actually put it that way. Hawaiians, and because it seemed like we get a lot of fighters from Hawaii. So but like now, like seems like maybe Max Holloway might be on decline. We'll wait and see for that. I can't remember. I think I can't remember if Ray Cooper's still involved with PFL or if he's not. But like, where do you see more fighters coming out of Hawaii in the next few years and achieving success like those guys have and BJ Penn?
If we get the opportunity, I believe so. We have so much talent, so much, so much talent, so much good fighters. It's just nobody give us the chance. Nobody they don't want to fly us out, too expensive or this and that. But I believe if we got a shot, there will be a lot of Hawaii fighters, you know,
Mm,
making waves and making it. There's so much, and I believe there's still a few amateurs and pros starting off that's still making some noise right now.
mm-hmm.
But I believe there will be, as long as we get that opportunity.
Gotcha, gotcha. So when you're not fighting, what do you like to do in your free time?
Man, I hang out with my kids, my family. Kind of work a lot, so on my days off, we just try to spend time together.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Do you surf like 90% of Hawaiians or no?
uh. I used to bodyboard, but we don't have time for that now that we have kids. So we'll go to the beach, hang out where they can swim, and that's about it. Yeah, we don't really do much.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now normally I also love to hear tattoo stories, but you've got so many. I don't know which one to start with, so I'm just gonna ask you which is your favorite tattoo and
Uh,
what story behind it.
wait, here, let me take you to the mirror. It would have to be this one on my back. I don't know if you can see it.
Those angels wings. No, they're not angels wings.
It's a portrait of my mom and dad.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so they that would be my favorite one. Um, they passed away when I was my mom passed away when I think I was around 5. My dad around 7. So
Mm,
I would say that I felt like I was a crazy kid growing up. After they left, and I feel like they kind of protected me in some situations where I could have got seriously hurt or killed myself kind of thing. And that's my favorite one. I
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
like they've been.
So I guess one of the last MMA relay question is what makes you continue on in this sport? Like what motivates you? What drives you to get up and train at 7 a.m. or to do hard sparring? What motivates you?
The competitive in me, and also my son. He's a 4-year-old. He's a 4-year-old kid, and he's always, Dad, let's pop up, let's pop up. Come on, let's go. And seeing him get like that, it motivates me. Just to be show him that put in the work and you can get places and not to give up. And yeah, my family, they
Got
love watching me what I do, so it kind of motivates me.
hmm Well, I think at least the good thing is that when this fight is on live, it should be an adequate time for them to watch, I believe, right? Because probably most of the fights in your career that maybe were international may not have been good times to watch, probably, right? Due to the time difference.
A lot of them they were able to watch actually. Yeah.
Oh, they were. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
wasn't too bad. My son been to the two of my bare knuckle fights live. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it. What time would it be Hawaiian time when we fight up there?
Oh God, I don't. Let me see what this thing says. So it says
I know they're a day ahead.
yeah, so it's 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Eastern time. So 11 p.m. to EST to Japan time is that's oh wait, no, I did this wrong. Oh, no wonder I did this wrong. Okay. That's 1 p.m. Japan time. So 1 p.m. to Hilo time. Hawaii time is 9 a.m. No, so they can get up right as soon as they get up. They can have some
Oh, oh,
watch some knockouts and breakfast.
yeah. Oh, okay. And that'll be Saturday here because we fight Sunday in Japan, right? Yeah.
Yes. So that's perfect. It's perfect. A perfect morning. No Saturday morning cartoons for your family. They can for your
Yeah.
son. He can watch that instead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm scared to fly out there, man. With everything going on. When they called me for the fight, I'm like, hell yeah. Then I sat back a little while. I was like, oh wait, should I take this flight? I don't want to fly that far.
I know. I all these everything that happened in Toronto, and I get you, but I think if I'm correct, do they? I'm assuming they'll have to have fly you JAL or ANA. They're good airlines. I've taken them both. They're both
Hawaiian
good.
out there too.
Oh wait, which one also?
Hawaiian Airlines.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they can do that because it's oh okay. Oh good. Oh, I don't know which one they'll fly you in. That's actually a good question.
I'm hoping Hawaiian actually.
Okay. Is it a good airline? I've never taken them before.
Yeah, so far, yeah. I haven't heard
Okay.
God yet.
Well, I have my fingers crossed for us, and I think you'll be able to make it there, Toby. Before you go, I just want to give you an opportunity to plug your sponsors, social media, your gym, coaches, anybody else you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, I want to shout out to my main sponsor, Bang for Bang Fight Gear. They've been supporting me. They have the best gear in Hawaii. I believe they have the best gear worldwide. And I can't wait to expose them and get them out in Japan. Hopefully, we can get some gear out there for him. Get his company going. Iron High, as my other sponsor, has been taking care of me. All type sports nutrition, all my supplements. Um, I gotta thank Rizin, man. Rizin for giving me this opportunity. Um, I'm sure I'll come out and I won't disappoint them. I'll put on an exciting show, win or lose. All my fans and supporters, yeah, my coaches that's been helping me get ready, and my family, my wife. Yeah, and thank you for having me on here.
Oh, no problem. Before you go, I just want to give you last opportunity for a comment or statement you'd like to make to your opponent, Kyohei Hagiwara. The floor is yours.
I'm humble guys. Thank you for taking the fight, and let's go. Let's put on an exciting show.
Great. And you can see Toby Misech take on Kyohei Hagiwara March 30th at Rizin 50, available on Rizin.tv. As I'm presuming that they'll announce it soon. So yeah, Toby, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Really looking forward to the fight, and I hope you have a great first time in Japan. And yeah, I hope you definitely put on. I don't need to say it. I hope. I know you'll put on an exciting fight.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
Appreciate it.